artists! Today I'm going to be telling you about a new studio center in the art room. It's called the Collage Center, and it's one of my favorite styles of art to work in because it allows you to be so creative and create so many different kinds of things. In order to learn about the Collage Center, I'm going to show you some pictures of it and talk about different things that you'll find there. And then in this video, I'm also going to be showing you how to make collaged paper dolls as a way for you to get to know the Collage Center. And these paper dolls are extra fun because we're going to make them so that they can move. Here's one I made of a person, and here's another one that I made of a fox. And you'll get to decide what kind of creature or person you'd like to make too. All right, I hope you enjoy. This is the Collage Center in the art room. Collage is a type of artwork where you use the technique of composing your art by pasting onto a surface, like a piece of paper, using various different materials. For example, you might paste newspaper, magazine images, drawings that you've made, and construction paper all together in order to create your work of art. Even if you aren't doing collage, it's important to know your way around the Collage Center because it's where many important materials live in our art room. For example, this is where you can find scrap paper and drawing paper, scissors, glue, staplers, and more. So let's get to know this space. This is where you can find papers to use for collage. Artists are some of the best recyclers in the world. Being an artist gives you an opportunity to use your imagination and create artwork with reusable materials. You also get to practice reducing your waste by saving good materials to use later. In these bins, you'll find scraps of colored papers. Some of them are construction paper, others have patterns on them, and others even have paintings on them that have been cut up to use for collage later. Sometimes those make the most interesting collages. If you're making a collage, please look here first before you take a brand new sheet of paper, just to cut a teeny tiny piece out of it. On top of the collage table, you'll find new sheets of construction paper. Remember, just use one of those per class. And instead, if you make a mistake, look through the scrap paper bin or see if you can come up with a way to add on and make something else out of the project you began. You could also consider looking in the collage paper bins for another piece of paper. Here you can also find a box of origami paper, brads, which are the little metal bits that we'll use to make our paper doll puppets move, and some great books to give you ideas and teach you how to make some interesting things with paper. Let's take a look at the books you can find there when you're looking for ideas. This book teaches you how to fold origami shapes and sculptures. This book, called Creating with Paper, teaches you about techniques to make paper sculptures. It shows you how to fold and cut paper to turn it from 2D into 3D. Under the collage table, you'll find bins of materials that you can either use as inspiration or as part of your artwork. If the bin has a green heart on it, it means that you're free to cut it up, draw on it, doodle over it, paste it onto something, and use it in your art. But if the bin doesn't have a green heart, it means that it's meant to be looked at to get ideas. For example, the animal magazines and the art magazines are meant to look at but to save for another person. But there's a bin of collage magazines and maps, as well as collage papers that you're welcome to cut up and use in your art. This shelf holds the tools that you'll use when you're working in the Collage Center. Here's where you can find scissors, craft scissors, which give you a silly decorative edge, glue sticks, tap and glue, glue sponge, different kinds of tape, and staplers and hole punches can also be found here. On the little table next to these tools, there's drawing paper and a paper cutter. Students can use the paper cutter only after they've been trained how to do so safely by me. Okay, artists, we are ready to get started with your collaged paper dolls. Step 1 is to choose which character you want to turn into a paper doll. Will your doll be a person? Or will it be an animal? I've made a few stencils that you can use and cut out if you'd like to do a cat, a bunny, an elephant, or a wolf. But if you have another idea in your head, you can make one up of your own. Just make sure that you keep in mind your animal or your person will have to have a body with arms and legs that move separately. Step 2, cut out your template. A template is the drawing of your character's body parts, like the ones I just showed you. Step 3 is to hole punch where the arms and legs attach to the body. This will make it a little bit easier for when you're going to attach them later. Even though you'll collage over these holes, you'll be able to see them later when you're ready to attach. Remember, there's 2 different kinds of hole punchers in our Collage Center. Step 4 is to gather your collage materials. You can use magazines, newspapers, painted papers. You might want to choose to use just warm colors or just cool colors so that your paper doll has a theme. Or you can just look through our collage papers and magazines until you see something that you like and you get that little aha feeling inside you. Okay, we are on to step 5, but I accidentally wrote it down as step 4. This step is where you trace your character's arms, legs, head, and body onto the collage papers that you've chosen. You can either use a crayon or a marker to do this tracing. When I tried it with a marker, it was a little bit hard to see, so I realized that a crayon might be a better choice. Here I am tracing one of my bear's legs onto a magazine page that I liked. When you're done, you're going to cut it out. Ta-da! Step 6 is to choose your glue and attach your collage papers to your template. So you're going to attach the collage papers to the arms, legs, and body. You can either use tap and glue, glue stick, or a glue sponge. I decided to use a glue sponge, so take a look at how it works. Press your paper down onto the sponge so you get a nice even coat of glue. It's kind of like turning a piece of paper into a sticker. Then press it down onto your arm, leg, or body that you're decorating. Step 6, trim. You're going to trim the edges of your paper in case there's any extras hanging on. Ta-da! Okay, step 7. Now it's time to decorate the different parts. This is where you can add hand-drawn details. Maybe you need to draw on eyes, nose, or claws. And you can even add patterns to the different parts so that they kind of get tied together in a theme. Remember, a pattern is anything that repeats itself. So in this case, I'm using a pattern of triangles on all the different parts of my puppet, my collaged paper doll, to tie them together. Step 8, hole punch again. This time we need to hole punch through the collage papers too. Step 9, this is where your paper doll really starts to come together. Attach the parts together using brads. Brads are those little metal bits I showed you in the purple box in the Collage Center. Step 10 is to share what you made with a friend and even put it up on Seesaw. Here I am with a bear paper doll attaching his last leg using a brad. Flip it over so you can open up the wings on the back. And then he moves. He even has a friend. Have fun, artists!